Bless Squad, what's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy, Blessed Applesauce, and bless y'all with another video here on Blessed to Invest. And here today, we're here to talk about, from the title, you can see, we're here to talk about the 10 things frugal people do that most people don't. The average Joe is doing a lot of spending, a lot of things that just people that are not spending money don't do. And there's a difference between them. And I want to go over the differences today so we can save more money, so we have more money to invest, so we can grow our nest egg, so we become financially free. That's the goal on this channel here. I want everybody to be financially free or have some type of investments available to them. And this list right here is going to show you exactly how to do that. But before we get into it, make sure you spam the like button. That's like the first step on this list. Like number one, it definitely says hit the like button. So make sure you hit the like button and also sub down below for more content like this. Now let's get into it. All right. So for frugal people, the first thing that they look at is meal prep. Meal prep is going to be very, very important because when you are, let's say you're going to work, you get your lunch break, you're starving. You're like, dang, I need some food. And the first thing that comes to mind is, let me go to McDonald's, let me go to Chick-fil-A, or let me go to the Chipotle down the street. And you're like, I'm spending another $10 on food. And that starts to add up. If you're going out 5 days a week for lunch, you're spending $50 on food a week. Instead, you can meal prep this stuff, already have the ingredients at home, go to the grocery store. You know good and well the chicken is going to be way cheaper. To buy you some slices of bread is going to be way cheaper. You can literally spend $50, in a couple of weeks, get through a couple of weeks of food for $50. So you saving that money instead of going to the Chipotles of the world is really going to help you out. And that's what frugal people do. They meal prep and they plan their meals beforehand, so they're not forced to spend their money when they go out for those lunch breaks or maybe even dinner at times. They already have the meal planned out and ready. So the next thing frugal people do often is buy quality stuff and reliable stuff. And this is something that I need to start doing a little bit more because if you notice, a lot of times when you're going to the store and you get these items that are like, oh, they look really cool, oh, they look really flashy, and you're like, are they any good? Like, you look at them, you're spending $400 for this, $400 for that, and you're not really looking at the quality of it. Maybe you're just looking at the name brand thing or the cool little flashy gadget or whatever, instead of looking at, okay, is this going to last me 5 years? Is this particular article of clothing going to last me 10 years? Well, I have to replace this new suit in 2 months. Is it going to be too small? Is it going to shrink in the wash? Or is this shoe going to fit? Will it last a long time? Stuff like that. And that's what frugal people do. They look at the type of articles of clothing they're buying or the type of technology they're buying or whatever they're buying and ask themselves, if I purchase this, will it last me 10 years? Will it last me 20 years? Or am I going to have to replace it in the next 6 months? And with that purchase right there, it's going to save you a lot of money. So with that, you may be buying an expensive, quote unquote, expensive clothing. But if it can last you a very long time, it pays off in the end because you're not going out every 6 months and buying that new suit again. So that's what frugal people do. They buy quality stuff that is reliable, that's going to last them a long time. All right, next thing that frugal people do often is stay home. Staying home is one of those things that, this is what I'm bad at, staying home. You go out, you go clubbing, it's going to cost you maybe $10, $10 to like $50 to get into the venue, depending on where you go. Of course, you got to get food out when you're outside. You got to go get your $20 of, maybe you go get some pizza or go get steak or whatever you get. Now you're up to $70. And then you got to go enjoy some drinks. You pay $15, $20 for every drink that you get. Now you're up to like $100. And you do that 3 times a week, and all of a sudden, wow, I'm wondering where all my money went. So frugal people tend to stay home a lot, or they do things that are very cost effective. Like, for example, going to a museum is not going to cost you anything. It's free. Instead of going out and spending a whole bunch of money on certain type of activities, you can go somewhere that's a little cheaper where you can afford it a little bit more, or you can just stay home, watch a movie. Now they have the Disney Plus and the Netflix and the 50 million subscription services. So you don't need to go out and watch that brand new movie now. Frugal people are really good at finding activities to do that are at low cost or allow them to stay home where they can save money. So that's an interesting frugal thing. I know that's going to be difficult for some people because I know it's just fun to get out. Like, it's fun to get out, hit the party or hit some type of new venue, or your friends are calling you like, oh, let's go to this place or that place. And it's like, that's $600. I don't really know. I don't know if I want to spend that money. It's my budget. But that's what frugal people do. They're able to figure out, okay, what type of fun can I have at home? The next thing that frugal people do, and I think this is something that's very important that helps everything on this list, it kind of embodies the whole entire list here, is they learn about money. They learn how to spend money. They know how to invest money. And with that, it puts me at another point. This is going to be 2 in 1. It allows them to think long term, because when you're investing, when you understand money and you say, okay, if I put $1 in and hold it here for the next 6 months, 10 years, et cetera, I can put $1 in and it's going to be $5 in the future. You start to think, okay, I need some long-term thinking here. You're learning about money, you understand money, and then you learn, okay, long-term, if I set myself up like this, I can live like this later in the future. And that's a lot of reasons why people are frugal. They're thinking long-term. They're thinking, okay, 10 years down the line, I'm going to be sitting on a beach somewhere relaxing because I set myself up for this in the beginning. So they learn how to invest money. They learn how to put money in the stock market and real estate, stuff like that. And then they're able to build that up for the long term. And that's one of the reasons why I think frugal people are really good. It's not cheap. You're not cheap. There's a balance between being cheap and being frugal. Cheap, we don't know. I don't like the cheapness, but being frugal, being smart with your money, educating on your money is very important for that long term. Setting yourself up for the long term where you can live very well and comfortably. So that's 2 things frugal people know how to do. They know how to think long term, and they are very responsible and learn about money. Next thing that is going to be very important is living within your means. And I don't get a plug for this. I should. Maybe Dave Ramsey will hook me up. I think I'm going to do a video review on this app. It's called Every Dollar. Living within your means on this app is really helpful for me. This is what I particularly use. It is able to write out everything that you spend. So if you spend it on food, or you're paying a bill, or you just whatever you're spending money on, you can write it on every dollar, and it calculates how much you're spending on the month. You can also write out, put in like how much you're making on the month. So it's able to budget your expenses and your income, where you can see, okay, how much am I saving on the month? What am I doing on the month? What percentage did I spend on gas this month, or food, or insurance, or whatever you're spending money on, and able to calculate exactly how you're doing that. And frugal people are good at calculating how much they're spending and living within their means in that. That's going to be very beneficial, not just for frugal people, just people in general. That's how you manage your life. That's how you manage a business. That's just how you manage money as a whole. You're able to live below your means, save and invest the rest, and set yourself up for the future. So that's really important. Frugal people understand their money and live within their means. Okay, so next, with living in their means, a lot of frugal people tend to have older cars. A lot of people like to go into debt and buy these big flashy cars. They like to buy the new Mercedes-Benz. They like to buy the new Teslas. You see everybody out there with Teslas now. But a lot of people are buying these cars on credit, and they're not able to pay cash for them, or they don't have the money available to pay for them. And frugal people tend to hold on to their cars a lot longer. This is one of those things where you're living within your means. You're living below your means so you can set yourself up in the future. If your car works just fine, if it looks good, you may have the 2010 model right now. You don't need to go out and buy the 2022 model. You don't. If it works fine, it gets you from point A to point B, It may not be the flashiest model, but it works. It accomplishes exactly what you need it to. And that's what frugal people look at. As long as this stuff is accomplishing what I need it to do, why do I need the new one? And that's what you'll notice. Frugal people are able to hold on to their cars a little longer, not getting trashed. They don't want trash cars. They're not looking for the 1980 classic model that barely runs. You got to pray it cranks up in the morning. Quality stuff that are maybe older cars but they still run really, really well, and they don't need to get into a whole lot of debt paying for a new one, because that's money they can put aside for other things. So that's what you'll notice. It's really cool that actually, side note, I even noticed, if y'all even saw an interview with Jeff Bezos, I think it was an interview with like CBS or something like that, one news reporter. This man was driving like a 1990 Honda. He was worth $1 billion and driving a 1990 Honda. That's a perfect example of somebody that's living really frugal, living way below their means. This dude was a billionaire at the time. He just made $1 billion and he's driving one of the oldest cars on the lot. And he said, quote, I mean, it gets me where I needed to go. Like, I have no complaints. And that's exactly the mindset for frugal people. If it's working, it's quality. The car gets you from point A to point B. Why do I need another one? It does what it needs to do. Mission accomplished. All right, so next one we're going to look at is frugal people buy in bulk. They buy a lot of this stuff in bulk. And because the reason why you want to buy stuff in bulk is because it's going to be a lot cheaper. If you heard of places like Sam's Club or Costco's, maybe you have one of these around your area, you're able to buy things in bulk. You can buy like a whole bunch of food in bulk. You can buy a whole bunch of clothes, et cetera, et cetera. And what that does is allows you to get things cheaper. I'm thinking, first thing that comes to mind, one of my favorite things are toasted strudel. I love me some toasted strudel. But if you go to Sam's Club versus like a Walmart, let's say you get the box of 12 for like $3. I think it's a little less than $3. Something around $3. You get it for like $3. When you go to Sam's Club, you're gonna get like 36 of them, and they're gonna be like $7. It's gonna be like way cheaper. So instead of paying $3 for 12, you can get like 36 for $7, which is a great deal. And if you're buying this item consistently, if you're buying this item a lot, let's say in my case, I like to eat a lot of toasted strudel. If I know I'm gonna buy 3 more boxes, I might as well just go to Sam's Club and get this thing cheaper and buy it in bulk, because I know over the long term I'm gonna be paying a lot less in that case. And that's what frugal people look at. They look at the bulk of these items because they're a lot cheaper to get their hands on, and they know these items like paper towels, toilet paper, stuff like that, you're gonna need it. You're gonna consistently use it, so why not buy it in bulk? Get it for a little bit cheaper, save another $5-10 per item that you can use that money and put somewhere else. It's a long-term plan. Again, like I said before, it's long-term thinking. You're thinking long-term because you know over this next 6 months, you're gonna save some money. So be wary of that because that is gonna be really helpful when you're looking to save money and be a little bit more frugal with your money. All right, so the next one is they're gonna be around like-minded people. And I think this is just really for everything. You need to be around like-minded people in everything you do. If you enjoy investing, if you enjoy growing, if you're looking to grow and expand, you don't want to be around people that are just like, oh, I don't believe that's gonna work. That's not gonna work. Why don't you stay broke? We like partying every weekend. You want to stay broke all the time. It's not good or helpful to be around those people because they're gonna weigh you down. You're gonna be thinking, man, maybe they're right, man. I don't need to make another 100,000. I don't need to bring in $10,000 of passive income. I don't need to invest this money. What am I doing? Like, why am I investing money? That's crazy. And you're gonna be looking at these people. They're out partying or blowing their money or living check to check or whatever. And you're thinking maybe that's just how life is. So, same way in this frugal lifestyle, being around people that are like-minded like you, they understand, okay, live below your means. Okay, buy things in bulk. Okay, I don't need to get the newest car. I can use this money to invest a little bit more. Being around people that are like-minded like you is really helpful, not just from a frugal mindset, but just a life mindset. Last but not least, frugal people have less tech. They don't need to buy the newest. This kind of goes in line with buying a whole bunch of stuff and living within your means. Frugal people have less tech. Instead of having the brand new iPhone, the iPhone 45, they're cool with just the iPhone 12. They're perfectly fine with that. They'll keep the iPhone 12 for the next 5 years, and they won't upgrade it. If the phone works, why do I need to upgrade it? If I got my Galaxy Buds in, why do I need to upgrade? They work just fine. If I got my Apple Watch, why do I need the Apple Watch 27 that all it does is take an extra picture? Y'all know how these technology things are. All it does, every year they just change the camera quality a little bit. They add an extra Apple in there, and then they market it to you for $1,200 every year. Every year, it never ceases to amaze me how many little things they add in these phones that don't do anything, and then they charge you an extra $300 for them. It blows my mind. They do it every single year, but that's what frugal people know and they avoid, because they realize, okay, this thing only changed the camera 1 micropixel or whatever. Oh, they only added one little app. You can add a little game on there. They add a little game on the side, and I don't need that. So that's what frugal people look for. And overarching of this thing, frugal people live within their means, and they look at things and say, okay, do I really need this? Can I make it in life living a little smaller, making a little less, doing a little less with my money, and thinking long term where I can save and invest and stuff. So that's what frugal people, the mindset, the idea of frugal people is about. But let me know down in the comments, are you going to pick up any of these practices that frugal people do? I know I am. For me, I'm definitely doing the less tech. I'm going to try to do staying home a little bit more, but it's hard to do. But the buying in bulk, I really like that one. I'm definitely buying stuff in bulk for now. But let me know in the comments below what things you're doing to live more frugal so you can set yourself for the long term. Because we're not just doing this just to do it. We're setting this up so 5-10 years we can live lavish, where we have a lot of passive income coming in so we can save and invest and stuff. But let me know in the comment section down below. That's going to wrap it up. This has been your boy, Blessed Applesauce. Stay blessed. And I'm going to see y'all next time on Blessed to Invest. I'm out.
Just to see tomorrow is a blessing. Stay prayed up is the message. Everything about a nigga blessed. Everything about a nigga blessed.